Hello there, math learners. Welcome to this video. This video is for grade 8 students and this is under the K to 12 Matatag curriculum. So for the first lesson, we have here the measures of central tendency for ungrouped data. So we have here the learning objectives. First, we need to determine the measures of the central tendency of the ungrouped data. Second, we need to draw conclusions from statistical data using the measures of central tendency. Now let's explore. So we have here the definition of ungrouped data. So when we say ungrouped data, it is not categorized or grouped. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, from the word itself, ungroup, so meaning, walang groupings. Okay? Or hindi nakakategorize yung data. Okay? So, for the examples, so we have the general average of students in class. So, we have here the grades of students in the class. We have 90, 85, 78, 94, 88, and so on. Okay, we also have the example of weight of students in school. Okay, so we have 40.4 kilograms, 38 kilograms, 45.6 kilograms, 55.5 kilograms. Next, we also have the skin color of people around the world. So we have here fair, light, medium, and dark. So when it comes to data can be large too. Okay? So these examples here are just a portion or a simple examples. So, but data can be very large. Okay? So try to imagine if these weights of the students in your school. So, how many students kaya ang meron sa school? So again, the data can be very large. So the question now, what single number or element best represents our data? Okay, so like for this example, so the general average of students in class. So sa dinami-dami ng students sa school, paano natin i-represent using only one number or grade? Kumbaga, we need to get the average grade sa isang classroom or section. So all of this can be solved through this topic, which is the measures of central tendency. Okay, so ano nga ba yung measures of central tendency? So, measures of central tendency are a single value that attempts to describe a set of data by identifying the central position within that data set. So, meaning, yung gitna lang. Okay, so, yung gitna lang. Another term that we have here, we have the central location, typical value, and center. So, next, we have three measures of central tendency. These are mean, median, and mode. Now this time, let's define what are these three measures of central tendency at paano sila sagutan. Okay, so let's start with mean. Okay, mean is the sum of the data values divided by the number of values, and the mean is commonly referred to us as the average. Okay, so the formula for our mean, so we have mean is equal to the summation of x over n. So here, this is the symbol for mean, and this symbol is called the sigma or summation, and this one here, the number of data, okay, or data set, And this one here is the total number of the data set. Okay, so um, let's apply this formula. Okay, so let's have the example number 1. So from our example number 1, the data set that we have is 12, 7, 9, 5, and 10. So let's apply the formula of mean. So we have the mean is equal to, so let's add the data set. So 12 plus 7 plus 9 plus 5 plus 10. Okay, plus 10. Over by the number of the data set. So how many? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So meaning we need to divide it by 5. So let's add our data set. So that is 12 plus 7 plus 9 plus 5 plus 10. That is 43. And then 43 divided by 5. 43 divided by 5 is 8.6. So meaning to say, the mean of this data set is 8.6. Okay, next let's proceed to the second example. So from our second example, we have here the math quarterly grades. So the grades that we have, 92, 88, 90, and 87. Okay, so let's apply again the formula of mean. So we have the mean is equal to 92 plus 88 plus 90 plus 87 over how many grades are there? So we have 4. So let's add. We have 92 plus 88 plus 90 plus 87, that is 357 over 4. So to get the average or the mean of these math quarterly grades, we need to divide 357 divided by 4. So that is 89.25. So therefore, the mean of these grades is 89.25. Okay? Next, let's proceed to median. So when we say median, it is the middle value when the data is ordered from least to greatest or vice versa. So meaning to say, to find the median or the middle value, you need first to arrange the data set from least to greatest or greatest to least. Okay? And take note or remember that if the number of data points is odd, the median is in the middle value. Okay? So if yung bilang ng number set natin is odd, so therefore, the median is in the middle value. But if the number of data points is even, or bilang ng ating number of um, data set is even, the median is the average of the two middle values. So meaning to say, we need to get the average or the mean of the two middle values. So we need to add the two middle values and then divide it by 2 to get the median. Okay? So let's have the example. So for the example number 1, the data set, we have 10, 15, 25, 20, and 5. So to get the median, we need first to arrange our data set. So let's arrange it from least to greatest. So we have 5, 10, 15, 20, and 25. Okay? So since our data set is already arranged, we can now find the median. And since the the data set is odd, kasi 5 lang sila, 5 is considered as odd number, so therefore there is only one middle value, and that is 15. So therefore the median is the median is 15. Okay, so next, let's have example number 2. So for our example number 2, we have here the weight of students. So we have 38.7, 40.5, 35.3, and 37.12. Okay, again, let's arrange it. So 35.3 comes first, next followed by 37.12, next 38.7, and then 40.5. Okay. So, since na-arrange na natin yung data set, let's look at the middle value or values. So, since our data set is in even, so therefore, may dalawang values sa gitna. And these are 37.12 and 38.7. So, we need to get the average of these two. So, meaning to say, we need to add 37.12 plus 38.7. Okay, and then we need to divide it by 2. Okay, so we have 37.12 plus 38.7, that is 75.82. Okay, divided by 2, that is 37.91. So therefore, the median for example number 2 is 37.91. Okay? So next, let's proceed to mode. Okay. So when we say mode, it is the value that appears most frequently in the set of data. So when we say most frequently, ito yung mga um, value or values na nag-appear many times. Okay? So ito yung mga nakikita natin na pinakamadaming lumalabas. Okay. So from our example, we have the data set of 1, 2, 1, 3, 4, and 5. And try to look at may repeated values. At yung repeated values na yun ay 1. Okay? So, nakadalawang ulit yung 1. So, therefore, yung sagot natin sa example na to ay the mode is 1. Okay? So, let's try another example. So, if for example, we have here the data set of 2, 2, 3, 1, 1, and 0. Okay, try to look at from this data set, may dalawang numbers na dalawang beses na lumabas. And these are 2, 2, and 1, 1. So therefore, yung mode natin for this data set, the mode are 2 and 3. Okay? Sorry. 2 and 1. Okay? Next, another example, we have the data set of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So try to look at from this data set, there is no repeated value or values, 'di ba? So in this case, since there is no repeated value, the answer is the mode, or sorry, no, we can say na no mode. Okay, so since there is no or there are no repeated values for this number set. Okay, so that's all for this lesson. So I hope may natutunan kayo. Okay, so at this point, you can test yourself kung natutunan ba yung ating lesson ngayon. Okay, so don't forget to of course comment your answers in the comment section. Okay, so that's all. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share our video.